Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about switching to lower rep ranges, more volume. Before I get into that, guys, I want to encourage you to stick around to the end of this video to find out how you can contact me with your questions and comments. So guys, I got a question off one of the YouTube videos. It is from a gentleman named Jordan. He's been lifting for about 5 months, made really good strength gains, and he's lost 3% body fat, and right now he's doing 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. He's wondering, because he hasn't made a lot of muscle mass gains, if he should switch to 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. So just to recap, Jordan has been training for 5 months. He's made good strength gains, lost 3% of his body fat, and generally trains around 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. And he's not gaining muscle. He's wondering, should I move to 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps? Well, Jordan, here's how we get that turned around. There's a couple things going here. When you first start lifting, some of your strength gains are neuromuscular. Okay, they're not necessarily muscular or all muscular. Your body is adapting to the demands of the resistance training, so you can have some neuromuscular adaptation. That's like your wiring. Your body is going to become more efficient at dealing with the weight and reacting to the demands of the resistance. So from a neuromuscular standpoint, you're able to lift more weight. That's usually what happens out the gate. After that, you start to pick up some muscular strength improvements. Now, here's what we're looking at. If you are gaining strength, but the fact that you're not gaining muscle tells me you're not eating enough. Combine that with the fact that you're losing body fat, and those two things signal to me that you are not eating enough food to maximize your progress. Another factor at play here is that you really haven't been training long enough. You haven't been training long enough in a calorie surplus to see any kinds of gains. Quite the opposite. You're training probably in a calorie deficit. So you really can't expect a lot of quality gains in that scenario. You need time in some type of a calorie surplus, and you need to give it about a year. Now, there are a lot of guys out there who are afraid of getting fat, and they're afraid of eating a little bit more. And I don't know your circumstance, Jordan. I don't know where you're at. But I want to encourage you, if that is you, to set that fear aside and to slowly add more calories until you're gaining about 1.5 to 2 pounds a month. And I want you to continue that pace for a year, but only coupled with an intense focus on progressive overload. And I'll get to that in just a minute. If you're gaining 20 pounds during the next year and you have an intense focus on progressive overload, about, this is a generalization, but about 2/3 of that is going to be muscle mass, all right? So if you gain 5-6 pounds of fat over the course of the next year, that only takes a month to lose. That's not a big deal. So if your goals are muscle mass, like they seem to be, you got to be willing to eat a little bit more food. Now, there are guys on the other end of the spectrum who are hesitant to eat a lot of food, but they always end up short-circuiting themselves when it comes to gains, and we get questions like this. So I want you just to slowly start increasing your food intake. Every couple of weeks, add 300 calories to your daily diet until you get to that point where you're adding about 1.5 to 2 pounds a month. Now, progressive overload. Here's what I want you to do. Rep ranges don't matter as much. That's not the secret to building muscle mass. The secret is progressive overload. So I don't care if you're doing 6 to 8 sets or 6 to 8 reps or 10 to 12 reps. That doesn't matter. Here's what I want you to do on every set. Focus on pushing it for as many reps as possible, stopping that set when you feel like you might fail on the next rep or when your form starts to go to heck. So let's say you're on bench press and you're pushing, you get to 8 reps, you're like, man, I'm going to fail on the next rep. You stop, okay? You're at 8 reps. Rep range doesn't matter. What's going to matter is that next time you go in to do that set, you're doing the same thing. You're pushing for as many reps as possible. So next time, maybe you get 9, maybe you get 10. When you hit, 10-ish in that rep range, you want to add weight to the bar. So, you're pushing, you get to 8 reps, you get to 9 reps, eventually you get to 10 reps, you add weight. And then you start the cycle over. Maybe the next time you're in the gym, after adding weight, you only hit 7 reps. Next time after that, you might hit 9 reps. And then when you're back around 9 to 10 reps again, you add weight again. This is how the process is done. Never waste a set. When you get those reps back up there where they're creeping up, per set to 8, 9, 10 reps per set, you add 5 more pounds to the bar. Never waste a set and always push for progression. If you do this combined with a proper food intake, you will dramatically increase your muscle gains. And I'm not talking about miracle programs, miracle gains over 4 to 6 week period of time. I'm talking about over the course of a year. You will gain a substantial amount of muscle mass over the course of a year. On the other hand, boys and girls, if you do not push for progressive overload, but you increase your calorie intake, you're going to gain mostly fat. And this is what happens on most forums. You see a lot of guys aggressively bulking. They dramatically bump their food intake. And, they're gaining like 6, 7, 8, 9 pounds during the first month and then 5 pounds a month after that. But, guys, you can't gain a lot of strength during that period of time. So it's unreasonable to be eating that large amount of food. You have to eat an amount of food that is in line with the rate of your strength gains. What that means is you can't be gaining you can't try to gain 10 pounds a month. That's just not the way bulks work. You're looking to gain about 15 pounds of muscle mass during your first year as a beginner. Only 15. That's a great amount for your first year as a beginner. So you want to gain about 22-ish, 21-ish, 23-ish pounds of weight overall. So that's over the course of a year. So you can see that's why I advocate 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of weight gain per month. So guys, my phone is ringing. The bat phone is ringing. I'm going to let you go, guys. As always, if you have any questions or comments, you can hit my link up below. That'll take you to my Q&A. And guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.